We're off. We're back. Can you believe
Great
it?
stuff.
Two two episodes in a row in the same
Woo.
month.
What is that? One more. It's called a winning streak.
I know, and I think we could do that. Um, it won't be on a Monday because next Monday I'm doing a bunch of just stuff. I'm getting my car um fixed. You haven't seen me in a year. No, you see,
Then a good
we ran into each other a while ago.
person. No, I we saw for 4th of July, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So 6 months ago,
Yeah.
and my car was still good, but where I live in my fantastic condo here in beautiful Inglewood, California. Um, it's the we have like this um like weird like entrance. It's like in the back of the building, and it's with two other, and on the other side of that building is another like complex. So we have this alley, and people like to park their cars there in the alley, and I have yet like they're like, "Oh, you could tow them," and I'm like, do I want to be that guy? Do I want to be the guy that just starts towing everybody? But sometimes, like last night, it was out of control. It was out of control, and there was barely enough room. And so sometimes it gets to the point where you know I'm driving in and a car's driving out, and one car has to like back up all the way out to do all that. And so one time, and so I'm used to like having like all this extra space. But the one time that there were no cars parked, a car was coming out and I veered to the side. And then as the car was making its turn out, I was like, "Oh my god, let me hurry up and park." And I started driving quickly, and then I made the turn too narrow, and I gashed the side of my car.
Uh,
Yeah, self-inflicted wound. And it's been on there since September, I want to say. So for 4 months I've had this, and I just haven't had the time because I don't know if you know this. You probably don't, but to rent a car, it's like I might as well just buy a car.
yeah.
It's
It's like
super,
buying a yeah. You should buy a whole used car at that point.
yeah. And so I've been waiting for the right time, and it's usually around this time because I get 2 weeks off at the end of the year, and so I've been waiting for these 2 weeks to come so I could just drop off my car and then Uber back home because like those 2 weeks I really don't do anything other than just like go to my mom's house for Christmas and whatnot. So I was like, I don't need a car. So this coming Monday begins that where I'm dropping off my car and we'll see we'll see what they told me they could probably get it before Christmas that Monday of Christmas or worst case scenario that Friday after Christmas. So I'm in a weird holding pen. They're like, but it could be that Saturday. So it's gonna be a weird time frame. So I have to buy food for 2 weeks in theory.
Okay.
So that's what's going on with my car and I'm getting it fixed and it's gonna cost like $1,800 just to fix it. Yeah, but I'm
Like you have to get like you need to get it fixed or this looks fucking horrible.
yeah, and it does, it does, and I just hate driving with that eyesore, especially when I go to work. Like, do you ever judge people like when you're walking into work and you just like, oh, that person drives that car. Oh, that person that drives that car. Oh, that person didn't wash their car. That person hasn't washed their car in a while. Like not that I'm that guy, but I notice those things, and because I notice them, I'm very hyper aware, and I'm like, my car always has to at least once a month at least get washed, and then just driving and people seeing me in my car with the gash on it, I'm like, oh, I gotta fix it.
Meh. I get the judginess. I mostly judge when I see a fucked up car and it's still racing down like the freeway. They're like, "That's why your car's fucked up."
Uh, and
Ah.
yeah, oh, this is all the drinks and words, my guys. And what are we drinking, David?
I am trying. I'm still trying to do dryish December, so I have water.
That's cool. It's Don't Drink December. That I believe that's what it's called.
I call it dry December, but I haven't been completely dry, so that's why I'm like dryish.
Yeah.
I cultured a little bit.
Okay. Well, me, I don't know if I've done this here or not, but I've been doing the mango, but I'm doing melon liquid death. They had them on sale, so I was just like, let me go do that.
I didn't know they came in flavors.
Yeah, they now come in flavors, and yeah, it's good. It's good. It's no mango, but then again, what is? I'm a huge mango fan, so
Yeah,
um
I have a beer like, but I have to save it for a meal that I'm cooking. So I'm gonna make arroz con pollo probably on Wednesday, so I can't use the beer until then.
beer is like a weird pairing. Like beer and pizza is good. Usually beer and something fried or beer and tacos are good, but like the more fancier you get, the more I I just don't pair beer.
I mean, what you also pair pizza with wine, so
You
I
have
don't know if
to.
we can if you say like
You have to.
go with a grain
Wine.
of salt.
Yeah, well, part of it is, Italy. Italy loves wine, so all the food that you eat has to be with wine.
I don't know. I've had like a nice beer with a steak and potato. Probably, but probably more like a fried potato, like a steak frites and a
Mm.
beer. Bad, but like if I'm doing mashed potatoes, yeah, I'm thinking I'm that's not a beer food. I guess I can see what you're saying. There's certain things like me, but no, I use the beer in the cooking, so that's why I have to save it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing like a pairing or something like that. That's why I was like,
No, I use it in the cooking of the arroz con pollo as a deglazer and seared and sautéed.
have you always used it in
I
the
get antsy.
arroz con pollo? Because I've had your arroz con pollo. It's delicious.
Yeah, yeah. I use it as part of the like the liquid to cook the rice with my green liquids, and then yeah. So I have all the ingredients set up. We've been doing a lot more cooking here. Uh, so like we have our schedule for the next couple days is today would be swordfish with roasted sweet potatoes and some salad. Tomorrow is uh, steak and shrimp fajitas,
Mm.
and Wednesday is the arroz con pollo. So
Yeah, at work we had our big like base holiday party,
hmm
and there was just so much leftover food. And so they made me two huge things of turkey and ham. And I'm like, okay, I'm like, the ham I can make a sandwich with, the turkey I could make a sandwich with. And then I'm like, the ham I could use in an omelet. And I'm like, I guess I have to use turkey for an omelet. But
no,
that's as far as I've gone. I can't think of anything else that I could use these two other meats for.
I mean I guess maybe like a. Are you a casserole person? Maybe
I
some leftover casserole.
I am not.
a casserole person. Oh, maybe like do like a little turkey fried rice.
Ooh, okay, okay. I guess something like that. It's just a lot, and like that's what sucks at work is like they're always offering me like a bunch of stuff, and when you live by yourself, you're like, I live by myself, guys. Like I can't take all that food. I can always take a little bit, but I can't take a lot of it. Like they ordered the wrong bread. And so now I'm stuck with it. They're like, take some bread. So I took one loaf. They're like, take more. I'm like, I'll take one more loaf. That's it. That's it. They're like, take some more. I'm like, I live by myself, guys.
Well, I mean, you always have the option of freezing the food.
I can't do that. I mean, like with like they're like, oh, freeze your bread, and I find that strange. You know,
I
um,
told you before, the vacuum sealer, man. Get the vacuum sealer. It helps keep things fresh.
I might have to do that. I've been
Yeah.
um I've been my almond milk game. Usually, like I go through spurts where I'm like doing a lot of milk, but because my schedule has changed a lot, I haven't been using that much milk, and it's like one more day till it expires, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta finish this milk. So I've been eating more cereal, more pancakes, and I have just enough for probably tomorrow before it expires, and then I'm like, oh my god, it's over. I didn't waste any food. But I don't know if that's a cultural thing or not. Not to waste food.
I guess so because I was that way. Like, I had to finish your plate and fucking what's for dinner? Leftovers. And then if there were still more leftovers, what's for lunch the next day? Leftovers. I mean, like I could have spaghetti like 3 days in a row, or whatever. I'm good with it though. Like I said, that's how I grew up. When people don't like leftovers, I kind of that's what I kind of judgy. I'm like scoffing at you, scoff, 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 scoff. What you goddamn leftovers?
I,
But we grew up watching those videos of kids fucking starving in Africa. So,
like, oh, poor kids as I'm like unloading my plate in the trash can.
yeah, yeah, scraping it off. Like,
I'm probably gonna do it because I'm like, what am I gonna do with that last of that milk? Because tomorrow I work even earlier than usual. So when that happens, do you ever like ditch breakfast because you're like, I have no time for breakfast when you have
yeah,
to work kind of early?
yeah. I've had so many different jobs. It's like I've had jobs where I start at 5 in the morning and breakfast is my lunch because of what time my lunch is. So that was always a hard part because like there's places that are open but they don't have lunch foods. You can only get something like for breakfast. You're like, I don't want breakfast. It's my lunch. I want a lunch. Um, no, but yeah, I skip lately because I've been doing working out. I just have a protein shake in the morning, so that's kind of my breakfast. That's been my get by now. But yeah, often a lot. It's especially because my wife doesn't like eating early, and I always feel kind of bad eating without her, and vice versa. So it's always like, okay, are you hungry now? Okay, because I'm sorry, and I want to eat.
I'm, like I know it's gonna sound weird, but I'm glad I don't have those problems of like trying to be on the same dinner timetable as my significant other. Because it would drive me crazy, especially because I get off late. By the time I get home, I try not to eat past like 3 anymore. And I'm like, oh, is there an early bird special that I can get or
Past 3 a.m. or 3 p.m.
3 p.m.? Is that weird?
You don't try to eat past. Are you like fucking? Are you fasting? Intermediate fasting?
No, but everyone's telling me that I am. I'm just trying not to eat past 3 because like I'm not doing anything. I'm not, like I'm not doing anything active after 3.
But don't you need like some energy to get you through the night? You're not hungry watching while you fucking serve people food. Like, oh, that doesn't smell good.
No, like after 3, I'm already. like at least in the gym, or I'm sitting down, and then I'm home by 5, and then I'm showering, and then I like, I'll do whatever I have to do, and then by like 8 o'clock, 9, I'm in bed trying to go to sleep.
Mm.
And I'm like, and I'm just
These are that when you're not working nights.
yeah, yeah, because on Fridays I work nights, and that
Yeah.
throws me off too. And I've been good because before every Friday night I would go to my um place where I would eat tacos. Oh, I took you there, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go there, and I would always get like couple tacos to come home and eat. But I've been stopping that because I'm just trying to lose weight, or I am losing weight, I should say. And so that nighttime eating is just such a wrench in that process.
Yeah.
But every now and then, like I'll visit those guys like at 5. I'll be like, well, I know I'm not supposed to eat, but I'm like, I'll make an exception just today, just to throw some money at the guys, see how they're doing. And
Because
they're
it's gonna get real tough after January 6th.
I know where these guys go. No, it's
Yeah,
it.
you don't taco anywhere.
I know. I do, and I may not be mad about that because taco prices have skyrocketed. Like it's to get a good taco is like $3 per taco. And when I moved here, it was only $2. And I was like, okay, $2. I'm like, okay. Now it's 3, and I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers. Every time I see him, it's like the price is going up. Like,
God forbid they try to make a living. $9 free tacos. I don't know if I want to do this anymore.
I mean, it's a good way to stop me from eating, but
You look at it this way, like I just saw. I don't know what the prices are now because I can't remember the last time I actually had In and Out. But somebody had posted a meme of what the prices were for In and Out in 2004, and like a double double was like $2.50. I was like, God damn, we were living the high life back then.
oh yeah, oh yeah. But there was still a long line.
Forever line. That
Yeah,
was always the thing. Like it's quicker over here in McDonald's. It's a fucking quarter pounder. I'm out. I mean,
yeah. I'm in the same boat, which is why I rarely eat, In and Out. And if I do eat In and Out, I'm walking inside. For some reason, I'm like, that's much faster than
it
waiting.
really is.
Yeah,
Really
and yeah. So, guys, what's your process? Let us know. Email us, drinkswordsby@gmail.com, or slide in the DM, and we'll get to that. Let's look at the topics. This is real weird because I'm used to having like a month long, you know, for like just to write stuff down, and usually
is.
there's like a lot going on, but I've decided to start writing stuff down, and I wanted to get your thoughts on this. I saw this, which was Miller High Life is making a cologne that smells like a dive bar. What would that smell be?
Yeah.
There would have to be some sort of like cigarette like smell in there for
I'm
sure.
saying, like, I mean, I remember, like I said, I can go back to like when I first started going to the Cove, and like I needed clothes just for the Cove because it was all the cigarette fucking stench that would just just cling onto you. I don't know. It smells like spilled beer and despair. Just why don't you just fucking get a shot of whiskey? Just go like this, just fucking patch it. Like, I'm covered. This smells diving for you. I don't know what that would really entail. Fucking like like horny and fucking and like tiredness because most people go to dive bars right after work. Grab a fucking the last minute of a fucking happy hour. Save 50 cents on a beer. I don't know.
And that's like who is attracted to that, that smell? That's the other thing. It's just like, who am I
I
trying
mean,
to attract with this
and
cologne?
it would attract people who drink Miller High Life. It's like, oh, you smell familiar. You're looking really pretty right now.
As they tip you $2, you're like, what?
Yeah, you smell like my ex. I don't. Smell like bad choices.
Yeah. Oh, did despair. That's that. I think that's gonna be the name of you know,
Oh,
the,
the toilet really fell apart.
I mean, there would have to be some sort of urine smell, coming out of that as well.
I mean, I've never walked into a dive bar and go, hmm, that is pleasant. Whenever you walk into a dive bar, you gotta like adjust your eyes depending on the like. If it's the middle of the day and it's sunny outside, you gotta adjust to how dark it is inside, or fucking when you leave, you're like, oh
Yeah.
god, it's fucking bright.
Yeah, at work, they always want the lights on, in the bar, and I'm like, I'm not used to that. I'm like, us seeing each other. I'm like, this is weird because I'm
Yeah,
there. Like when I'm like working, I always let them turn on the lights because I like it dark, and they're like, why do you like it dark? I'm like, that is bar, I'm like,
that's
that
yeah.
is bar, that is classic bar. Um,
There's like a good bar just has just enough light,
yeah,
not a
just enough,
backlight.
yeah, just enough light to make you make bad decisions, you know.
Yeah, the light from the TVs is what like really gets
Yeah.
like you need.
Oh man, it's weird that we're like starting now, kind of, doing this on Mondays. I know we've done this show on Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, then we move to Fridays, but it seems that we're just kind of like moving around through the entire week, and doing it. Maybe one day we'll do it on a Tuesday, maybe that might be the official day one day. Who knows? But Mondays at the bar are pivotal, I think. Because yeah, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, those are key days for bars. Like I think those are like the money makers, you know.
Yeah,
But Monday is like the day for like the real like people that go to bars, because it's like there's no need, but it's Monday, you know. So you're like, I might as well go to the bar.
it depends. Like, see, like right now it's the football season, so there's Monday night football, right? So there's still a reason. Like you have like another reason. Like when it's not football season, you go to a bar on a Monday. It's like, yeah, something's going on. What's up? You good? You all right? You know what I mean? Like there is no reason for you to be here on a Monday, but sure.
I don't know. I always ration me being there on a Monday is like, well, it's Monday, and it's the beginning of the work week, and like let's try to get through this. So let's just
Very Garfield. Oh, Mondays and shit. Like at the
yeah.
bar. Then why do you explain Tuesday?
Well, Tuesdays are for the real, the real, because there's never anything on Tuesday, and it's funny because like I always scheduled my life for Tuesday. Tuesday was when I would always do my other podcasts and stuff like that. That was like a real work day. I was like, oh, Tuesday, real work day. I gotta, you know,
It, it's like you know what it is when going to bars throughout the week, it's ages. Like you only get really older people the first like Monday through Thursday because they're just fucking like they're over life and like this is my norm. I'm here Monday through Thursday every fucking day from 5 to 8 or whatever, 6 to 8 because I got up for work. You know, fuck traffic. I need a beer. I need a shot. And then the weekend is for the younger people.
Yeah.
That's it's the younger people that are drinking, like partying and trying to hook up. But weekdays, like it's the older crowd. That's why I always kind of liked when the Cove was open, like at 8. Like, dude, you got some hardcores. Like this is like we're here. Yeah, I'm here to support
Oh yeah.
my.
You know, I loved the morning. I always was a fan of the morning crowd. The just, I would go in and it was like quiet. They weren't playing that rap music. You know, it wasn't playing anything too loud. Too, I don't know. It was
Yeah,
just,
yeah. It was like you're playing like love songs from the coast and shit. You're
yeah,
playing the wave. Or you're like, oh, we're good. I'm good. I need some Kenny G and a beer. I'm fucking fine.
I gotta tell
You
you what.
know, like we had Lucky and like, oh, we brought pickled eggs. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was morning. That was classic morning. I remember one time, Greg, the owner, was telling me that one time a rep was like walking around or something like that, and she's like, "I heard hoopering and hollering," and she's like, "It seemed like there was a party happening in the Cove, and I ran in to see what was going on." She's like, and it was just a bunch of old people watching, watching, oh, what was it? The one where they spin the Bob Barker, The Price is Right.
This is right.
And everybody was there like yelling like numbers and stuff like they were on. She's like, these people were having the time of their life. I was just telling me we were just fucking laughing. I was like, I was there. I was yelling too.
It's a different dude, it's a different crowd. I mean, day drinkers, like weekday day drinkers and shit. Like, yeah, man. Woo, man.
Yeah.
You find a bar open at 6 a.m., you got some hardcore people.
I
6 a.m. Like, I need whiskey in with my eggs.
Yeah, every once in a while I'd make it in at a 6 a.m., when the cove was open because either I'd be coming up from like the night of, or just, I couldn't sleep and I was like, oh, let me just kill time at the cove, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
yeah, it was always interesting walking because I never knew if it was gonna be packed because sometimes I'd walk in, it'd be absolutely slammed at 6 a.m. Sometimes it'd be dead as fuck. And then other times it would just be just nurses and cops in there, So I just never knew what I was gonna walk into every time I walked in, and there was always smoke in there because that's the time we
It
get
could be
smoke.
one person or it could be 15 people, like at fucking 8 in the morning or something. Like, all right,
Yeah,
that was just me.
it's weird because I do understand why the Cove moved to 10 o'clock. Before the Cove was 6 a.m. Then they're like, well, we're gonna move to 8 a.m. And then now they settled on 10 a.m. And I absolutely get it. Before I was like 10 a.m. I'm like, are you crazy? I'm like, football's just about to start. Like, you can't do that. But when I'd be there, I mean, me and you, we would be in there recording at 8 a.m. because we
Yeah,
knew nobody was there.
yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
We gave the bartender money, and we had quiet while we are still doing our own thing.
Yeah, yeah. So it was perfect. But knowing that, like, I'm like, well, he's probably losing money for those 2 hours, and probably just said, you know what, let's just open at 10. And what sucks is that they moved to 10, and when I left, and I found out, I was like, man, I'm like, I could have still cleaned the cove. I'm like, that's beautiful time. I could still sleep in, you know, right when I live right by the cove, I'm like, man, I'd be loving life even more.
Yeah.
But now I live out in here in Inglewood, California, so I'm not driving, to to be at the cove to clean it, you know,
Yeah, I know.
and it'd be much more of a loss than anything.
As we sidetrack, yeah, I wouldn't wear that cologne.
I mean, when I left the bar cleaning, that was the cologne.
Cologne. Spilled drinks and fucking, like you said, and wishful thoughts.
The
That's what it is. Smell like.
smell of, with a hint of bleach. Bleach is the devil, by the way. It like kills everything and anything, and I'm like, why would they make this product?
Because people are dirty. I don't know, man. Because I remember sometimes leaving that. I tried my best to clean that bar up before you to get there and stuff. Like, whoo, filthy.
Yeah, yeah. Just the trash was just fucking heavy as fuck, man. Heavy as fuck. And then cleaning those mats, taking them out, you know, it was, from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I'd be there. Well, I'd be actually be there for like 5:30, doing everything. And I enjoyed that time. As much as I enjoyed that time, I always felt a hint of danger. I don't know why. Because in the back of the cove at like 6 a.m., it's scary. It's very
That,
yeah, that alley is very what's that movie with the zombies or the TV show with the zombies? Oh, The Walking
oh,
Dead. Yeah.
Walking Dead. Yeah,
Yeah, it's very Walking Dead. I see all these fucking homeless people in the back alley. I'm like, fuck, let me go lock the door. What like Riggs, one of the other guys that used to clean on the weekdays, I think he still does. He told me one time, he's like, Albert, he's like, I left the trash can out there. They stole the trash can. I'm like, why would you steal a trash can? What possibility do are you like, you know what? There's a trash can. I'm homeless. Let's steal it. Like, what the fuck?
it took the whole campus to take.
Yeah. People are fucking crazy.
Good
Yeah. Sports, ladies and gentlemen.
stuff there. Sports.
Okay,
I don't know.
I have something sports related, but not particularly about sports, but it's in the sports genre. Okay. So I didn't know where to put this topic. That's why I was like, let's just get to sports so I could kick it off with this topic. So my nephew had a like a concert thing, for his school. He was performing. And of course it was on Sunday and it was at 7 o'clock. And of course the Chargers were playing the Chiefs. Very impactful game, a divisional game. Had they been playing anybody else, I would have been like, oh, okay, whatever. But I was like, and I was like, I have to go support them. You have to, but that's sometimes a weird thing that happens in sports is where like these family functions in sports collide and you have to pick, and I hope that you pick your family. Sometimes you don't.
It's certain things. There's certain things like I don't know, like a 49 birthday. No, 50th. Yes, okay, I'll put it's 50th. 49. You got it's no big deal. It was a really good game too.
I know. So I was watching the first half and then I jumped in my car because I'm like, okay, I'll listen to the second quarter on the radio. And so I'm listening to the second quarter on the radio, and I park, and I'm at the 2 minute warning, and I park, and I just sit in my car, listen to the 2 minute warning, and I'm like, okay, I'll get updates in the venue. Then I go in the venue, just like in the movies, David, no cell service. It said no service on my phone. I'm like, fuck. shit. So I can't even get anything. I have no idea what's going on. My nephew performs, does amazing, and then my I see my brother walking, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, we're leaving." He's like, "Mateo's not. He's done for the rest of the thing. He's no longer performing." He's like, "Now it's just everyone else." And he walks out. He leaves because he lives like out in Riverside. This was in L.A. And for the first time, he had something right by me. It was like only like 25 minutes away from my house. Usually I have to
Even go. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had no excuse. I had no
Yeah.
excuse. So I was like and so that's what made it even harder, but I was like, "Okay, I'll go." But so then I'm like, "Oh my god." And so I'm next to my cousin and one of my uncles, and I go, "I'm going to go use the restroom." I leave. I walk, and I couldn't leave. I couldn't walk out the door. And they're like, "Oh yeah, the restroom's upstairs." And I walk up and I finally catch a signal. I finally catch a signal. So I'm there by a window and I'm like this, like just hitting refresh, 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 and I'm seeing everything that's going on. And I'm seeing the score. And then with 2 minutes left, and then all of a sudden it's like, then I update 33 seconds left. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's like 1 second left. And then I'm like, oh, they hit a field goal. I'm like, all right, cool. But it wasn't until I got home that I saw the field goal. I'm like, oh my god, they almost. I'm, I think God's a Chiefs fan.
I don't know what Patrick Mahomes deal he made with the devil and stuff, but yeah, it was a good game. Chargers games are all. I mean, they're injured. Their leading receiver was hurt, so he wasn't even. And I have him on my fucking fantasy team. I was like, God damn, he's out. J.K. Dobbins is out.
Yeah.
I mean, considering what you guys, all the injuries, it was a good game. It was they fought hard. It's a divisional game. It's always going to be rough. But yeah, sorry, buddy.
Have you ever been experienced that where you're like so invested in a game and like you have these things that you have to do, and so you do them, but like you're trying to like peek in and out of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it. I can't tell you the last time where it was like that that type of thing. Um, but yeah, of course, I've been, I've been at work in the suit. I'm just like, oh, sorry, I'm just like, I got my phone, like, all right, change it.
But
All right,
but does that make you feel like you're a fanatic or just a fan?
I'm a fan. I feel like fanatics would never choose family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if you're having this recital during the Super Bowl, I'm like, sorry, the Super Bowl. I don't have any more football for the next fucking 6 months. But yeah, I mean, a fanatic would always choose family. I think that's just fandom.
Yeah.
Like, you weren't like upset at your nephew or anything like that. It's like, the fuck you having this recital during Sunday night football?
I'm like, during football season, I'm like, why are there other events happening during Sunday?
There's fucking college football playoffs now. It's like, ooh, there go those Saturdays.
Yeah.
My husband.
And Fridays, the Notre Dame is playing on the 20th, which is a Friday, and I'm excited about it because I'm working. So I'm like, yeah. So and I'm working, and I'm like, well, I guess the bar is going to be watching that game.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's gonna be the college football, the playoffs are gonna be really fun. Um, that LSU SMU game was really good. SMU's actually really good. I like based uh kind of football they play. They're a dangerous team to play just because they're so quick.
That's
So
good. I'm really excited. I saw the brackets, just everything, and I even like the fact that Notre Dame is playing Indiana because I'm like, man, that's home state. You know what I mean? Like that's cool.
and it,
I really enjoy.
yeah, uh,
I think they figured it out. It took them forever to figure out this process, but
I'm sure people are still upset. Some people, some teams like like Alabama didn't get in, but you had three losses. I mean, get the fuck out of here with three losses. Uh, Miami, Miami didn't get in, and they lost late. It always hurts to lose late. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very exciting and interesting couple couple weeks of football.
but I think that's what makes like football or just in sports, you know, the best part is when you're pissed that your team didn't go in, and you have all the reasons of why, and you still are like, but they still should have came in, that debate.
Yeah, one of them, still one of them. So fucking fandom, Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I don't know. I mean, we're gonna, football season's still going. We're gonna start getting close to playoffs. Um, I mean, it doesn't matter who wins, who's in the national championship game. I'll be there.
Yeah. Where's it happening this year, by the way?
Atlanta. It's gonna be in
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Hot Atlanta. Well, not during this, not during January. It's gonna be cold Atlanta.
Cold
It's
Atlanta.
probably gonna be wet Atlanta. So
Yeah. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. I'm excited for college football. I'm excited for football in general. Um, Man, I was watching a little bit of that Browns game, and that first couple of minutes, you guys look good, and then it just
and then it's Jameis Winston.
yeah,
It's just yeah. I told you. Remember that game? You see that game against the Broncos? He's
yeah,
fucking throw 4 touchdowns, and they're having the fucking game of their life. They lose, can throw a couple picks.
yeah. Meanwhile, in sports, Juan Soto, who signed this like $720 million contract for like 15 years for the Mets.
705 million, sir. 765 million.
Yeah.
With yes, I just baseball is ridiculous, and their money is ridiculous. They shouldn't be making that much fucking money. Like these contracts are just unworldly.
Well, here's the thing. I think Juan Soto shouldn't be making that much money because he's the reason why the Yankees lost. He made a crucial error,
Yeah,
that cost the Yankees the momentum. And it looks like he's being rewarded. And all he is a DH now, essentially. And so
yeah,
it's like nobody's worth that. I, and it's weird because Shohei Ohtani, he was a DH, but that's because he can't pitch right now. He's still rehabbing. But once he starts pitching, he's a dual player. He'll be hitting, he's a great hitter, and he'll be pitching. So for you to rationalize 700 million is a little easy for that. Plus, he's bringing a whole new scope of fans to the Dodgers. He's bringing fans, and he's bringing advertisement as well. So the Dodgers have already made their money back with Otani in just a year, for sure, for sure.
I don't know if he. Let me start. I don't know if I'm saying they've made their money back yet. I mean, I don't know what the sales are. I get it, but like we talked last week, it's gonna get more and more ridiculous to go to a game in any stadium. Like any stadium that you go to, it's just like exorbitant amount of pricing for like anything. Like I can't. I gotta eat outside before I walk in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, um, I guess good on Juan Soto's agent. For getting him the money. Is he worth that much? Who knows? We'll see. Maybe time will tell, and maybe he is. I don't know. but I don't think.
Yankees just the Mets and the Yankees are just like spending money for nothing. Because if you're not getting championships, you're just spending money for nothing.
Exactly, exactly. What else is going on in the world of sports? We covered baseball. We covered football. Basketball. Basketball's still going on. LeBron.
Hold on.
The LeBron. Do you think this is his final year? He's done everything, right?
He's done everything. I mean, he's still like he's like still got like 4 or 5 triple doubles so far this season. He's still an amazing player. He's still in great physical shape to play at his age. But no, I don't think it's his last season, but I don't think he has more than two. I would say maybe next year is his last year. Do the farewell tour, and then call it. And what do you? He's got nothing. He has nothing else to prove. People can say he's not the GOAT, he's the GOAT, blah blah blah. They can hate him or whatever, but he has made basketball like great for several years, for 2 decades now. You know, um, I think next year or the year after, that's it. No more than 2 years after this season.
Who's gonna fill that void though? It's like it was Kobe, and then it was LeBron. And I just don't see anybody filling in that void.
I don't either. For it's gonna be a while before there's somebody of that magnitude. I mean, even Curry's like on his last couple years. Durant's in his last couple years. They've been in the league for a very long time. They're up in age. It's I haven't seen anybody young enough to be that dominant or at least carry that much weight. And we may not see it for a while. It doesn't have to, there's lulls. There's not always somebody who's just going to be the next superstar. It's like a bunch of young talent. We might get back to, it having to be a team to win championships, not just one star player.
Yeah. Which is what I liked. I liked when it was a team. Like that was my thing about basketball was it just got too dominated by like one person where one person's carrying the entire team. And I'm like, it's not really like the Lakers. I'm like, it's really just Kobe, you know? And
I miss NBA Jam when you could actually anybody you picked on the NBA Jam team was just like, oh, I got a good squad.
yeah, yeah. Now it's like I just need this one person and voila, we're good. So
Yeah,
yeah, I hope it does go back to actual teams and then it'll return back to its purity. This basketball, you know.
very Indian, very Hoosiers.
Yeah, yeah. Anything else for basketball, or I mean for sports?
Sports. No, I don't follow a lot of other sports. I've been training on football right now. Like I said, I'm hardcore into like just football, college, and NFL. Neither that's this time. It's this time for me, especially because then I work. The college football championship and the Super Bowl, so I have something
Staking.
going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Some snake.
Okay. Last call for topics. David, is there anything you would like to discuss?
Uh, have you seen anything recently? How do you appreciate kung fu movies?
I do.
Action movies?
I do, but I appreciate them in a different way because I appreciate when they like bring in like people to like voice over the dialogue. You know,
You like that? You like the voiceover?
if it's not kung fu unless somebody's dubbing, over the movie. That's just me. I don't know.
No, there's some movies that like the purity. You have to read it because it's just the way it needs to be done. Uh, I just watched a new one yesterday, called Walled In. It's a it's a good movie. It's not like uh an epic House of Flying Daggers, or Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Uh, it had its own action to it. It was more new age kind of action movie. It has the dubbed. It is dubbed. Um, it had moments where it could have been one of those epic style movies, but it was camp. It was too campy for it. But I mean, if you like the dub and you like action, Walden, it's on Prime, free with Prime. I recommend it to you. I think it's something that you could like enjoy, just because the action's pretty good.
Okay. This week was a weird week for me watching TV. I really didn't, watch that much. I'm trying to think why. Oh, because I got off work late this entire week, so it was pretty much just come home and go to bed essentially. So it wasn't really. I didn't have time for TV this week, especially on the weekend. This weekend, I had to be out in your neck of the woods for my goddaughter's 21st birthday,
Ooh,
and yeah, I got her. What I did was, like in my family, we growing up, we always got $20 for our, for a gift from my father, and so that became legend. And it was tough. Sometimes my dad didn't want to give us $20. We would have to beg, like, give me my 20, give me $20. And so for anybody's birthday, I always give them $20. And I'm like, here's the birthday 20. I'm like, you have, and I always give them this the spiel. I'm like, you have no idea. I'm just giving this 20. Do you understand the begging that I had to do for this $20? Like, you kids are so ah, here's $20. And I know $20 doesn't probably buy that much these days, but to me, that $20 is
yeah.
standard for birthday. I'm like, if I could give you $20 for birthday, that's your gift. But she is my goddaughter, so I was like, I need to get her something else. I'm like, I'll get her one extra thing. And I think I've talked about this a few times, but um, I am obsessed with the apple fritter from Randy's Donuts, and it's the best. Like, I've had other apple fritters before, but this one is the best. So I went and I got her an apple fritter and I gave it to her, and she's supposed to write a report about how amazing it is. So
Nice.
yeah, so that was pretty much, I had to drive out there 2 hours. The traffic on the weekend was horrible.
Oh,
It took me 2 hours to get that way, and I'm really bad. Like, I should have checked my phone. I should have checked to see how long the drive was because I could have tried to time it right, but I don't know what's wrong with me. Like, I'm always like, an hour is. I always give myself an hour. I'm like, an hour is perfect. An hour is perfect time to get anywhere in LA. But no, it was and I should have looked, and I was like, fuck, I should have left like 2 hours ago. And I was just like, oh shit. But sometimes you just got to eat it and just be like, all right, well, I'm gonna be late, so it is what it is. But that drive, it's weird because a lot of it was just stop and go, and it's hard to listen to music when it's stop and go. Like, if it's just clear sailing, I love listening to music when it's just open road, but when it's stop and go, it's for me, it's tough to listen to music. Can you listen to music in traffic?
uh, yes. I mean, I really have no other choice. I'm not gonna stop and watch a movie. So yeah, I mean, but you're right. It's like the flow of the music is different when like I can't listen to anything too upbeat, because like I can't. Or sometimes it depends. You need something upbeat just to like keep you like from losing your fucking mind going. Fuck. Because I used to do that with the 57 freeway trying to get back home, and I was like, dude, I hate this fucking freeway. Like I just got to get over. I just got to get to the interchange, and I'm good, and then I'm safe. And but no, yeah, I hate the 57. The 91, like I said, 91 sucks coming out here. So yeah, I know. But yeah, the music really depends on the flow of traffic.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, all right. Anything else, David?
Good, yeah.
Oh,
I
oh,
feel like it's a very tough. Like
what's that?
I felt like it was a very you and me show. Like
Yeah,
it was just having a conversation. I like it.
yeah. Oh, before I forget, there's one thing I forgot to mention is I ran into Holly Berry.
Oh, just on a whim, huh? Just forgot that. I don't know how you don't beat with this.
I didn't know either,
Alan,
which is why I was like, David, are we doing a show today? I I've been keeping it in the back of my brain, like I wanted to lead with that. I wanted to lead with that, but I was like,
led with that. That would have been the whole show. I
yeah,
had a boomerang.
it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. So you know, I'm not gonna say where it was at or anything like that. Um, but I well, it was at my nephew's recital, and she was there, and I walk out, and I'm going because you can't eat there, but they're like, oh, outside we have a little snack shop. So I walk out and I want to get coffee, which by the way, they're like free coffee with purchase of anything. And they have like, a little list of all they got. And I'm like, oh, I'll take a cinnamon roll. They're like, oh, we don't have that. Oh, I'll take this. No, we don't got that. I'm like, then why is it on the sign? Why do you have all these things on the sign and they're not there? So I just look at the table. I'm like, I'll I'll take and this little cookie like that big. I'm like, I'll take that cookie. They're like $5. I'm like, fucking highway robbery. But I'm like, but it comes with coffee. They're like, yeah, they give me this little cup. I'm like, fuck. So there I am, and I turn around,
Mad at my cookie, mad at my coffee. It's
yeah, and I run into this guy. His name is Van Hunt, and I interviewed Van Hunt a long time ago. And the one thing I know about Van Hunt is he's the boyfriend of Holly Berry. And I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I don't know if it was just me, but he looked like he knew who I was. Like he remembered the interview. And
yeah.
I looked at him and I'm like, oh, and I looked at him, I'm like, Van Hunt, Holly Berry. And I look like that. And she's right there. And I'm like, striking. Absolutely striking.
Of course.
And all I could think about was, what the fuck do I do in this moment? And I looked and then I just walked
I,
away. I had to
I know
walk.
what I would.
No,
Oh no.
you have to let, because part of me thought David Macias would be pissed if I like did anything to warrant anything. I'm like, these people are just trying to live their life, and be just of the people. And but my glasses were getting fogged. I was like, I don't know if this is storm or if she's just that hot.
I,
I had to walk away. I was just like, I better walk away before I just absolutely throw
but
myself at her.
you had the in. All you had to do was like, hey, man, remember I interviewed you, blah blah. And then at that point, he's like, "Yes, I remember. Oh, this is my significant other. Pleasure to meet you. Oh, it was great. I still love all your stuff. Oh, you look at her every so often. Hey, you're awesome. Hi.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, Holly Berry.
Oh man.
Absolutely
Yeah.
striking. Absolutely striking, David.
And I've come across a lot of famous people in my life, you know, and that's one I would be like, you know, I actually the closest I've come to like meeting like a crush was Christina Milian. I got to meet Christina Milian,
Mm,
so that
yes, yes.
yes, yeah, Halle Berry would be one of the right here, yeah, her and Selma Hayek. It's like,
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I would explode.
yeah, me too. Sorry. It just splooged my pants. Sorry, Selma.
But you know what's weird is I'll never forget just looking, just like
I love that when you're like, Hunt, Halle Berry, like you completely bypass this human being, just going, where's she
I did, I did. Like I know, man, you're amazing. You're great, good music, but damn,
at? It's like as you're there holding a cookie and
my fi- my $5 cookie with my little cup of coffee. Fucking pissed at the world. She made everything better. She made it.
yeah, yeah, it's like
The charger
best
laws
cookie
fucking
ever.
out the door. Who gives a fuck?
Fuck the game. Fuck the
Well worth the price of admission. Well worth it.
oh, man. Yeah, I think that it caught me with my mouth open too long. Huh? Drool. Like a boomerang. That's a nipple. How can you tell? Because I'm
Yeah.
drooling.
And then I went to proceed to tell my nephew, I'm coming to every single recital. Don't you worry, buddy.
Yeah, I'm here for you. I was like one of your nephews reciting.
Oh, oh man. Yeah, so that's the big topic I've been holding
Man,
my biting my lip for. Oh,
that's the show there.
yeah.
That's the whole show. Oh man. Like what's left? I mean, now that you see like been that close, what's left? Okay.
Running into her again, obviously. Talking to her, that's what's next. Like, so tell
I
me what.
told
Yeah,
you that was the thing.
I know.
You had
I've already been thinking like, so tell me, what was it like on set of Viva Rock Vegas?
you gotta go through him to get to her. So you gotta
I know,
and this
I know, I know, I know. You're probably not familiar with Van Hunt's music, right?
no.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He was like,
I know
he,
her previous boyfriends, but not
yeah,
this one.
no, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. He put out an album in 2004 and 2006. He's a writer, multi musician guy. So he's doing other like stuff. And I think he just recently he's been working on and what the thing though that was like last year I emailed him just out of a whim. I emailed him and been like, "Hey man, it's been a while since I've been trying to get an interview with them." And I was gonna be like, "Hey, like I emailed you last year," but I couldn't think of anything other than where's Holly Berry?
I don't fault you. I don't whatsoever. My mind would have been going like this. How do I get an introduction? How do
Yeah,
I get to meet Halle Berry?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
But
but
were you? But
you had it.
I know. But were you proud of me? At least I gave him space and I just walked away and you know, just treated everything like
100%. Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, it's Halle Berry, whatever. And in your mind, going,
Uh, there it is, folks. There it is. Let us know what you would
Uh,
have done in that situation. Email us or slide in the DM. For more information, of course, log on to drinkswordsby.com. And from there, you can subscribe to us on our plethora of streaming platforms, or you can check out our YouTube channel and actually see how we look and all that jazz. You could drop us an email from there, or you can also donate. Um, that would be great. We haven't received a donation. I don't even know if it even works. So, if our Venmo even works. So, you know, do us a solid. Do us a solid and hit that Venmo. Send us a few fazools and we'd be much appreciated. Don't know when our next show is going to be. Maybe next week. Who knows? Maybe we might just go for a little streak in December and then who knows? Like who knows? Who knows? But yeah, maybe myself or David might run into another celebrity. Who knows? You never know with this program. But thank you for tuning in and being a part of it all. Uh, David, final cheers. What are we cheersing to today?
to Halle Berry. I know her berryness.
You know
She
what?
is Halle Berry.
This is the first double cheers after 180 shows. We're both cheersing to the same thing to Holly Berry. Absolutely.
Yeah, cheers.
Absolutely. So striking. So striking. It
Yeah,
was uh
there are times I'm jealous of you, sir. This is one of them. Like I said, I've been around a lot of famous people, but that's one that I it's escaped me.
I mean I still have it on me. Like that was like less than 8 hours or whatever ago, you know?
And 24 hours ago, it's like
Yeah. There's that fine line in my life before Holly Berry and then after Holly Berry. I mean for 2024 to finish kind of like that, I don't know. It's like that was a silver lining in 2024, It's like it's not a bad way.
like how tall is she? Did you say?
What was that?
How tall is she?
She's actually I was a little bit taller than her. She's small.
Mm.
Yeah, which made it even more hot because I'm like, "Oh my god, like she could date me?" Yeah. So
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah,
yeah.
good thing you didn't say anything.
Yeah. Uh and this is why I wanted to do it at the end because otherwise the whole show would have been taken over by Holly Berry,
Yeah,
which it deserves. It deserves, I get, but
I like the whole episode. Yeah, it was great. But
yeah.
anyway, all right.
All right. Guys,
It
thank you so much for tuning in as always. And David, kick him out.
was a pleasure, everybody. Enjoy your day. Watch Boomerang. Go support Halle Berry. To live. Bye.
Until then, the bar is closed and we are out of here later.